The latest update on a $2,000 fourth stimulus check for Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB. Let's get into it and discuss where we stand and what is going on. Hey everyone, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as the more people we have here in this community, the greater the impact and influence that we have, especially as we call out to Congress for additional stimulus checks, monthly recurring payments, and or permanent raises to benefits like Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, and RRB. Let's get into it. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. And let's talk about where we currently stand as of now. So this is a question that I continue to receive quite a bit down in the comments section. In fact, I've seen it a number of times just over the last couple days here. I've seen many of you reaching out saying, hey, you haven't talked about these $2,000 fourth stimulus checks for Social Security beneficiaries or SSI or SSDI, VA in quite a while now. What is going on? Does this mean they're no longer coming? Well, let's actually talk about where we currently stand with this. So as you know, because of course you've been watching my videos, as of right now, Congress is incredibly busy with so many different things going on right now, right? They have some massive projects on their table, at their desk, that they are trying to work their way through. So we have to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. Even though it's really hard for me to say that, of course, I never ever want to give them the benefit of the doubt because I feel like all they simply do is go on vacation, it seems like, and they work incredibly slow. So for me to say, let's give them the benefit of the doubt is a stretch for me. So let's be real, right? But realistically, let's talk about where we currently stand, as we do know that Congress is really inundated with a lot of things going on right now, right? So we do recognize that. We've been talking about it for a while now. They do have a lot of very big projects on their plate. So with that being said, we do know that this $2,000 fourth stimulus check does still have support by over 80 members throughout Congress. We've talked about that many times now over the last several months. It does still have support by over 80 members of Congress. So they do recognize that there's a $2,000 stimulus check out there that they recognize, and they say that, yep, it is definitely needed during this time. However, let's talk about something else here too that I need to bring up in reference to additional stimulus checks, especially a fourth stimulus check. All right, so before I say this, I just have to say, remember, I am the messenger, right? I'm not the rule maker. If I was the rule maker, trust me, we wouldn't need to have these conversations anymore because I would have taken care of all of you way back a long time ago. A year and a half ago, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. I would have taken care of you and you'd be just fine right now, right? But you have to remember, I'm just the messenger, so please don't be mad at me. All right, so here's where we currently stand. If I had to make an opinion on a fourth stimulus check and to tell you what we may get and if it's coming / how much is it going to be, things like this, here's what I would honestly tell you. When it comes to a $2,000 stimulus check, yes, it is out there and it does have support. But based on things that we are currently seeing as of right now, I would probably lean toward being more confident in getting a $1,400 stimulus check as a fourth stimulus check. Now, why? Where did this number come from, and why am I saying this? I know some of you might not be happy with me right now saying it's supposed to be $2,000. Why are you saying $1,400? That's $600 less. I get it, but here's why. Simply because of the group, the Senior Citizens League, that has been out for a couple weeks now, and they have this petition that they are going to be commissioning Congress and pushing them to approve a $1,400 stimulus check for all of the beneficiaries that I mentioned, right? Or for the most of them anyway. So that's why I'm kind of saying a $1,400 check, simply because even though we do have the support from these 80 plus members in Congress on a $2,000 check, we honestly haven't heard about it in a little while now from all of these members. But as of just a couple weeks ago, we do have this new report and this new petition out from the Senior Citizens League pushing on Congress for a $1,400 stimulus check focused on all of these fixed income federal beneficiaries. So that's kind of why I'm leaning toward a $1,400 check, because we have this big, powerful, influential advocacy group, the Senior Citizens League, who is pointing out a $1,400 check. So when they send their petition over to Congress and say, hey, Congress, check it out. We have this petition. We have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of signatures. We have all these people backing it up. They may just go along and Congress might say, hey, this is a good point. The Senior Citizen League has a really good point here. They've built a good case. They have a petition here with all these thousands or hundreds of thousands of signatures. I'm not really sure how many signatures they have, to be honest with you. But the fact is, Congress may say, this is a good idea. Let's get behind this movement of a $1,400 check. So, and then it leaves all of us saying, hey, wait, you said $2,000. But then they might get away with just doing $1,400. You kind of get what I'm saying? Just like they did earlier this year. Remember that? They continued to tell us earlier back in January of this year, they said a $2,000 check will be coming. And at the end of the day, we got $1,400, right? So that's kind of what happened. And I kind of imagine that they may try to pull that once again, just because they can, right? Because we have this petition out of the Senior Citizens League. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it's a great thing that the Senior Citizens League is doing this. But I'm saying Congress may try to get away with $1,400 versus $2,000 simply because they might just say, hey, check it out. We have the petition here, $1,400, and let's just go ahead with it, right? So, again, I want to make it very clear. This is not me taking sides in any way. I'm just being real with you. This is maybe what could happen simply because we saw the same thing happen earlier this year. But let's be honest, like I've talked about in other videos, at the end of the day, if we get a $1,400 check versus $2,000 check, are we going to be like super mad and upset like, we only got $1,400? They were supposed to give us $2,000. Are we going to be super mad about that, or are we going to be a little bit grateful and think, hey, you know what? We were supposed to get $2,000. They pulled a fast one on us, and they only gave us $1,400. Are we going to be really mad about that? Now, again, we could be upset about it, but at the end of the day, we could look at it and be like, hey, you know what? We got another check. It's $1,400. It's not $2,000. It's not what we were hoping for, but at the end of the day, it's still $1,400. You know what I mean? So I think we could look at the situation and possibly be grateful that we may get that $1,400 versus maybe $2,000. But we can still cross our fingers and hope for that they come to their senses and actually give us $2,000, because once again, by the time they actually get these things distributed, it may be too little too late, once again, like it has been the last 3 times, right? So either way, I wanted to bring you an update on this because I've had many of you reaching out asking what's going on with this $2,000 check. This is what we're currently looking at, but I want to reiterate one more time that a $2,000 check is currently still out there, right? There are these 80 plus members who do support it. It is still very much out there right now. So maybe they still do issue a $2,000 check, or maybe they get behind the movement and this petition from the Senior Citizens League and say, hey, let's just make it $1,400. We don't know that yet because Congress hasn't really commented on it yet. So until we get some kind of action out of them, until we get at least one person of major influence, like a Bernie Sanders. By the way, Bernie, I hope you're watching, but a lot of people are counting on you if you're watching. So, hey, you might want to back something like this up because you're going to get a lot of fanfare and a lot of fan mail if you back something like this up, right? So Bernie is typically one of these guys who comes out, he backs up these types of movements, and usually he is one who has an idea, he has some kind of movement, he has some kind of plan, and usually he gets what he wants, right? We've seen this demonstrated over the last year and a half now with Bernie Sanders. Anytime he comes out with an idea, usually it's a little bit off the wall, but it's not long before he gets a lot of people backing him up with his ideas, right? We've seen this so many times now. So I hope this gives you an update on what's going on with this $2,000 check and kind of where we stand with this other petition out there for a $1,400 check. At the end of the day, regardless of what we get, I think we should be happy and grateful that we're getting something, right? Because it's been a little bit of a struggle at this point to convince Congress that we do need that check. They know it, but they continue to ignore us, right? They're deliberately ignoring us, right? So we're going to continue making noise, doing whatever we can to get their attention and remind them that we need that check. It's very important to us right now. So I hope this helps you out with the latest update. I'll continue watching everything very closely as I always do with everything else, so make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'll continue to be back every single day with all the latest updates and helping you out in any way that I can, as I know it's tough out there, and I'm very much committed to making sure that you get all of your money and or benefits or resources or anything else that you can be eligible for during this time. I want to make sure that you're getting every last penny, and I'm committed to helping you do that. So thanks again. Subscribe down below. Share the video with your friends, family, social media. Let's get some attention on this. Let's get some more people backing this up by sharing the video and everything like that. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'll catch you again later.